Hello everyone, it is Christopher, and today on my YouTube channel we're doing something a little bit different. I ordered the My Paper Pumpkin for June of 2015 from Stampin' Up! I actually first saw these kits on May May Made It's channel right here on YouTube, and I'll link below to her video for June so you can take a look at that as well. I actually ordered it because I thought it was very simple and it's very neat how everything's combined into one kit, and it's simple to make a whole bunch of different projects. So I'll have a link below in case you wanted to purchase the kit as well. So to start out this video, I actually spoke in the video like I used to. So I had to kind of rearrange things a little bit because the video went on really long. So you'll see that my hand movements probably won't match up with necessarily what I'm saying. But first, I wanted to show you here what I do whenever I receive a Stampin' Up! Catalog. The catalogs are pretty thick for the entire yearly catalog. So what I do is I go to Staples and I actually get it bound on the left-hand side with a spiral binding. I think it's like $3.50 or something. And the reason I do that is because I love all of the project ideas that are inside of these catalogs. So by binding it, you're really getting yourself an idea book that would normally be, 13, 14, or $15, and you're basically, binding it for $4.28 or something, and you can use it for a long time. So I'm just showing you here how I kind of go through it to look for ideas, as well as some ideas maybe to use the extra materials if you don't want to make the exact project in the My Paper Pumpkin kit. And on my hand there, I actually accidentally cut myself with a palette knife from the video that you'll see that's posted again later on, probably today or this week. So that's just a band-aid. Why have a normal band-aid when you can have a Jurassic Park band-aid? So I hope that that's not distracting, but it is a band-aid, not a sticker. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break into the My Paper Pumpkin box. This is how it's shipped to you. It comes in this box very neatly kind of contained, and when we actually go ahead and open it up here, you're going to see that it really comes with everything that you need for these kits. So first, there's a little welcome letter, which is very nice, kind of welcoming you and thanking you for joining the My Paper Pumpkin. I actually joined for 2 months because there was a deal where it was half off. I think it was like $9.98 for 2 months, and that included shipping. So I'm just reviewing with you kind of the nice little note that's inside there. And now we're going to go ahead and actually get into the package. First, what you'll see is it does come with a clear stamp set. I believe the stamp set, I think I do measure it here, I believe it's 5 by 4 is the size of the overall acetate there. And it comes with a couple of different sentiments. It did come with a little ink spot. This is actually, I believe, a newer color. I do watch Chicken Scrap here on YouTube, and she was talking about Tip Top Taupe, which is that color. Here I'm showing you the regular size ink pad from Stampin' Up, so it is substantially smaller than the regular size ink pad, but I mean it really is just to give you kind of a sample of the different colors. And again, it's about the size of a Tim Holtz Distress ink pad, so you really are going to get a lot of bang for your buck because you can still use this ink pad over and over again. It's not like a single use. This is an acrylic block. I don't believe you get an acrylic block every month. I believe you just get this sent to you when you first start with My Paper Pumpkin. Now, I'm taking out the block here because I have shown you in videos in the past that these blocks that are a thinner thickness are hard for me to use because I have bigger hands. So since I have bigger hands, I generally, when I'm grasping onto the block, I will get my hand into the ink. So I'm just showing you here that I'm going to use for this project one of the Brutus Monroe stamping blocks, and I'm going to show you here the difference in thickness of the two. I really like the hardiness of a thick stamping block or thick acrylic block simply because I have bigger hands. If you have, not large man hands, then everything will be fine if you're using a thinner block like this. But I have just always run into trouble with a thinner block, so I just showed you there that I'm going to use my Brutus Monroe block. So now we're pulling out all of the project materials. It comes all wrapped up in a very nice package, so everything is shrink wrapped, so there's not things bouncing around in the box that you have to look and search for and find. And we're going to go ahead and open up the package here. So all of the pieces that you'll see now are the pieces that you'll use for this project. This project was actually will yield 8 different cards and 8 different envelopes. So the nice thing is for $9.98, or even for I believe the retail price of $19.98, you're getting a lot of material here. If you were to go to a craft store and purchase all of the materials that you would need to create this project, it would be well over that $19.98 price mark, or $9.98 in my case for this point, because you would have to purchase a stamp set, you'd have to purchase an ink pad, you'd have to purchase all the adhesives, the twine, all the different cardstocks, the stickers, washi tape, things like that, buttons in this case. So it is, I think, a great deal. Now, this is the instruction booklet that I'm showing you here very quickly that tells you exactly how to get started. So we're just going to jump right in. The first step that it told me to do was to grab this square piece of cardstock, and I'm going to take these little stickers that they provided in the kit, which is awesome. Everything's pre-cut and ready to go. And they instruct me to place these stickers on this square piece of paper. So you'll see me just placing that on there, and I'm just following the picture, and we'll speed ahead a little bit, and all of the stickers are now placed onto that little square piece of cardstock exactly the way that they show us in the instructions. And again, the instructions are very easy to follow. I did find myself jumping back and forth between the instructions inside of the booklet and looking at the picture on the front of the booklet, because the picture on the front of the booklet is full color, whereas the inside is black and white. So it was a little bit difficult to kind of make out the patterns and the different, obviously, colors on the inside because it was black and white. So you will find yourself sometimes jumping back and forth just to make sure that everything is kind of going on there correctly. So now I'm taking that stamp. In the instructions it did again say for us to go ahead and stamp out this little sentiment here. And first I'm going to ink up the clear stamp here, and I'm going to stamp off at first, simply because anytime you have a clear stamp, a photopolymer stamp especially, which is what this stamp is, you want to make sure that you stamp off once, because there is a little bit of a residue that sometimes is left on the clear stamp from the manufacturing process. And the more that you stamp it, the better that that stamp is going to stamp for you. So we're just stamping in that little extra space there, and it just says it's your day. And I love this little stamp set. And again, it's great that you get a stamp set with this. And now I'm just taking the flower stamp set that is in the kit as well, and it tells me to go ahead and just stamp kind of haphazardly around the card base. So as you can see there, the craft card base did come with the kit, so you're going to see that I'm going to stamp and then stamp off to kind of get the stamp kind of conditioned. And now I'm going to stamp all over this card base here. Again, we're going to fast forward to where the card base has already been all stamped. You don't need to watch me stamp that entire card base. You kind of get the idea. And as a heads up, this video was actually 52 minutes long before I edited it down. These projects are said to take about 30 minutes, and it did take me a little bit longer because this was my first one kind of learning how to do them. So I did edit this down for us. Now, as you can see here, I actually sped this up a little bit because I accidentally did this step off frame. But as you can see, there's some little die cut flowers that came with the kit up there, and you're just going to take those die cut flowers and you're going to assemble them with the glued little glue dots that they sent for you. And again, that's all in the instructions. it tells us to take 20 inches of the twine that came in the kit. So I just took the 20 inches of the twine and I kind of wrapped it all up into a little ball, and then you're supposed to place it behind the flower with the dimensionals that they actually send in the kit. So that process was pretty simple. So it's luckily I didn't do something off camera that was super difficult. It was literally just piecing together that flower with the leaves behind and placing them together. Now there is really pretty actually little, they're faux crystal buttons, and what you do is you're going to take, again, one of those little adhesive dots, and you're going to place it on the button, and then you place that in the center of the flower. So that makes our first card, and you can see it up there at the top. Now, for our second card, I actually made a little bit of a boo-boo here, and I'll explain whenever it happens. So it tells us in the instructions to take these pennants and to actually place them onto the upper card base. And what I thought was that we had to take the stickers and place them on each of the wooden pennants. I found out that that's not correct. We're supposed to take the stickers and place them directly onto that banner piece, and then also add some wooden pieces as well. So what you'll see here is that I actually placed the stickers on all of those the wooden veneer banner pieces, and then adhered them after that. So I cut out where I was counting the banner pieces, and I was like, wait a second, there's not enough wooden veneer pieces for all of these banner pieces, and then I realized later that that was incorrect. So what you'll do is, for yours, you're going to go ahead and actually place the sticker banner pieces and then add in some of the wooden veneer pieces in between. It's not supposed to be all stickers, and I thought it was kind of strange because you can't really see the wooden dimension because it's very thin. So again, you'll want to go ahead and follow the instructions a little bit better. The instructions really did just say place the wooden pieces and the banner pieces, so I thought they were together, but no biggie. We can still make the other cards with no problem. So now you're going to see here that I attached that small banner piece to the front. I guess we could call this a pennant piece to the front of the card, and now I'm taking more of that twine that was sent with the kit, and I'm just wrapping it around the top of the card and just tying a quick knot. It did not say excuse me, to do a bow or anything fancy. It just said, okay, you can, just go ahead and tie a knot. So that's what I did at the top there, and you're going to see I'm just snipping off those extra pieces, and it just gives us a nice little added touch. And I know that's you may be looking at that and kind of shrieking because it's crooked, so you'll see that I'll fix that. And then it tells you to stamp happy thoughts for you at the bottom. Again, a very nice stamp set. I really like it because I'll probably use this stamp set in the future on other cards. And then in the wooden veneer set, there are little stars that they give you. Now, I will say that they tell you to use those little 3M dots, and I tried with all of my might to use them. I found them very difficult to use. So off camera here at the bottom, I actually am using glue dots to put them on. I think, again, it's just another situation where my hands were too big to use those tiny little pieces. You'll see in some other videos that it's I've tried to use little pieces and little sequins and things like that, and it's kind of difficult because my hands are obviously bigger than what is intended to use these products. So it was a little bit of a struggle with those guys, but no big deal. We used the glue dots and it was fine. So now we're moving on to the envelopes, which is awesome that they send the envelopes in the kit. The envelope liners are already cut, and I'm doing this kind of a little bit off camera. I apologize. I actually set up my new camera rig and my new lighting, and I'm still getting used to how all of this will work out. But all I did was the adhesive was already at the top. I'm just lining some adhesive at the bottom in the center, and you can see that here, and just placing that down. Luckily, with these envelopes, you actually have the adhesive already on the envelope, so you just peel that adhesive off, as you can see there, and just fold it down. And then you'll peel the adhesive off the bottom of the envelope, same situation, and fold that down, and you're good to go. So it could not have been easier. And of course, that liner matches that card. So I'm just placing the card inside of the liner there. Excuse me, inside of the envelope there. And now for the second one, this one is super easy. This one is actually already assembled. So I put the liner in, and you'll see that I kind of a little bit finicky with it because I think that it's supposed to be much more difficult than it is. And literally, you just put the liner in, pull it up to the top so it's right under the adhesive for sealing, and you're just going to place a little bit of adhesive behind it to make sure it stays in place, and you're done. So that was our tutorial for today. Again, it was just reviewing the paper pumpkin from Stampin' Up. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.